Does your farm life need a perimenopause protection protocol? Yeah, mine does. And you might be wondering, why in the world is Kay starting her coffee Klatsch talking about perimenopause? We are farm women. We don't talk perimenopause. Well, maybe we should. This is one of those very real, very raw posts that I do from time to time. And I'll tell you why I'm talking about this. The topic for this week, as you know, is you matter. And the fact is you do. Each one of you out there. Unfortunately, for some of us women of a certain age, we hit this point where our bodies start to go a little insane and we feel like we don't matter. We feel like nobody understands and nobody cares what we're going through. And frankly, sometimes we don't care because we don't want to be going through it either, but we don't have a choice. Now, if you are either postmenopausal and you're all totally through that and you're like, oh, don't worry, honey, you'll come through the other end. We do come through the other end, right? I hope. I'm counting on that. So, I'm not sure I want you to tell me if we don't. But if you're on the other end or you're on the pre-end, all of you in your beautiful 20s and 30s who are so young and vibrant and lacking in the gray hairs and the wrinkles and actually have like a regular body cycle, oh, congratulations. And you might not want to watch this because it will give you like night terrors about what's coming in your future. But you might want to watch it because then you'll be prepared, which I was not. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is that farming and being a woman are two very hard things to begin with. All right, let's be honest. Okay, farming, we don't have to go into why that's hard. We all know what that is. We've talked about that plenty here. But you know, being a woman is hard too, okay? We have these hormonal fluctuations that happen to us every month, starting at the age of, for some poor souls, 10, 11, or 12 years old, okay? Then they go on like this for the next 20 years. Every month, we have surges in estrogen, we have surges in testosterone, all of which are preparing our bodies to incubate a whole nother being, whether we need to incubate a baby or not. Yes, no 12-year-old should be incubating a baby. No, should not. And yet, we have a menstrual cycle at 12. Does that make any sense? No. People like me, I'm 48. I've been divorced for 10 years. I have had a tubal ligation since, well, for 11 years because I had one when my daughter was born. I don't need to be preparing to incubate a baby anymore. Nope, don't need to. And yet, for the last 11 years, have I still had a body preparing to incubate a baby? Yes, I have. Now, for most of us women, we get used to this, okay? We just adapt to it. It's a pain, sometimes a physical pain, usually an inconvenience. Some of us have really serious issues every month, like losing work. I know of some people who actually leave their homes for a week or two every month because they have PMDD. That is a serious inconvenience to your life. I fortunately did not have to deal with that. However, now I am starting to hit that perimenopause stage. And the first thing that people who are not women say with perimenopause is, "Ooh, is your period regular?" And I'm going to tell you something. A regular period is the least of our problems in perimenopause, okay? It just is. The biggest issue that I am finding right now is the rage. Yes, rage. Now, I have strategies, lots of strategies. I teach strategies. I have deep breathing strategies. I have tapping strategies. I have journaling strategies of 3 different ilks. I can write, I can art, I can do music. I can do all kinds of different self-care stuff, okay? Perimenopause does not care. It doesn't care. It says, I can beat you at your own game. Yes, it can. Now, I had one of these situations last night. I knew in the morning things were not going well. I wasn't feeling great. I gave warnings to my family. I said, family, mama's hormonal. Don't push my buttons. Well, I was holding it all together. I was doing the self-care. I was eating the dark chocolate. I was having the coffee. I was taking the Pamprin. I was taking the sertraline. I was resting when I felt tired. I was doing it all. Good self-care. Okay? Round about supper time, popped a lasagna in, pulled the lasagna out, cut the lasagna, put it on my plate, went to go sit at the table. The other thing they don't tell you, you get klutzy at this time of the month when you have perimenopause. Yep, you can. You very much can. I did. The whole plate just fell out of my hand. I have no idea why. It just fell on my chair on the floor. Now, I don't know about you. On a normal day, I would sit there and say, that's annoying. I would use my deep breathing. I would maybe do an angry squeeze, let it out, and then I would clean it up. No, not that day. Nope, I went a little bit psycho. I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm saying words that I don't like to say. My poor kids are looking at me like, whoa, who is this crazy woman? And what did she do with our mom? All right. Of course, about 40 minutes later, after I finished cleaning up and we've eaten in complete silence because the kids are afraid to say a word, I'm in tears, feeling guilty about having, scarred my children. And I realized this morning that there are times in our lives, and sometimes it's a physical time or an age time. Sometimes it's a seasonal time for farming, could be the time of the year, when we need an emergency protocol. Because the strategies that we use the rest of the year or the rest of our lives won't work right now. You need some extra support. Yes, you do. So I sat down and I started coming up with a perimenopause protection protocol. And it's to protect me from feeling guilty and to protect my children from ever having to go through this again. And some of it includes putting warning systems in place. Some of it's going to include talking to my doctor and saying, hey, doctor, I can't do HRTs. Is there something else I can do? Some natural remedies, something that can boost me up pretty quickly at this time of the month? Because I'm fine. I'm fine the rest of the month. I have a couple of days where I go a little bit crazy. And it's like an out-of-body experience. You can see yourself doing it. You know that's not who you want to be, and you just can't help yourself. So when that's the situation, we got to put hedges about, right? So that we can not damage the relationships that we have with the people that we care about. So I am putting in Perimenopause Protection Protocol. You might have a different type of protocol that you need at your farm right now. Maybe you're going through some hard times and you're struggling, and the strategies that you used to use are just not working. Well, you got a friend here. I suggest you give me a call. Let's have a talk. Let's dig deep into what's going on in your farm life. Let's figure out what the key issues are, and let's come up with some very practical steps to help you get through this time with more energy, time, and abundance. Because isn't that what we all want? All right. I would really love to hear about any of your experiences with this certain time of life. Feel free to pop them down below. And if you have other farm life challenges that are hitting you, put those down below too. Remember, it's your time to grow.